As a beginner, you might be wondering, what's the best palette for acrylic paints? You have a lot of options. Some are very affordable and kind of DIY, and you can also buy some already made. One already made that I have is this one that you're seeing right now. It's made out of a very sleek plastic. It comes in different sizes. I find it very easy to blend my colors on this palette, and I typically let the paint dry on it and scrape it off the next day, and everything comes off without a problem. If you're more thorough than me, you could probably clean it and that would be easier, but scraping off works really well as well. Another option that you have is to get a paper palette. It comes in a tablet, also different sizes, and it's kind of like a waxy type of paper. You can just use it up and then throw it away. I feel like that's a really good option if you go on vacation and if you do plein air painting. You get to have multiple palettes and kind of a way to dispose of them quickly. A cheap version of that would be to use a magazine you have laying around the house. As long as the paper is glossy enough, it should do the trick. The downside is that because magazines already have printed images on it, it might distract you from your colors. But if you don't mind that detail, it's a good way to save money and to kind of repurpose something that you already have. Something more fancy would be to have a really large piece of plexiglass that you would put on the tabletop and have it as a permanent palette in your studio space. In that case, you would tape the edges so that it's not sharp, and you would use it the same way you use the palette that I showed you at the beginning. Either you let the paint dry and you scrape it off, or you just wipe it clean. The DIY cheap version of that, which is my favorite method, is to use a garbage bag. It's not very glamorous, but it works really well. I use a really large clear garbage bag on top of my work table, and I blend all my colors directly on the table. With this trick, you have to let the paint fully dry overnight before you can reuse the bag. You wouldn't want it to stick together, because I do reuse the bag as a garbage bag. I just flip it inside out and I could just use it for trash. I would recommend a thick bag because the flimsier, thinner bags would kind of crinkle, but the nice, thick quality garbage bags work wonders. I feel like when you first try something new and you're not sure if you're gonna love it, the better option is a cheaper option. If you want some painting inspiration, you can watch this one next.
I'm in love with you.